Okay, so hi guys, Allison Marie, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and welcome to a new series. Now, these videos are gonna be a little bit different because I'm on a Discord call with Mochi. Say hi.
Hi.
This is the first time I've ever recorded with someone else in the call. So this is gonna be very, very interesting. The main reason why Mochi's on the call is because in case chaos happens, I cannot be blamed for it. Because this series I already know is going to be chaotic because Lord only knows my game is chaotic. It's all holy fucking hell. Number two, I have installed very specific mods to make this game very more chaotic. And I've also installed a new rule of spinning a chaos wheel courtesy of Day. I saw him involving a chaos wheel in his game. And I thought, you know what? At least the chaos won't be my fault. It'll be the wheel's fault. Okay? So that is the goal. So this is kind of just going to be a introductory episode. We're basically just going to be going over the lore, the Sims, and everything like that as to why everything is going the way that it is going. This is not technically the first episode. This is a introductory episode into the series. So, with all that being said, let's get right on into the lore because there's a lot here. Okay. So let me turn on my game audio, and as I said, if you hear Mochi's game in the back, that is why. Um. So basically, this is the founder for the new Legacy Challenge. Her name is Callista Rosewood. She is a teenager currently, but she will age up into a young adult in the first episode. She's a high school C student, and she lives with her parents, Richard and Elizabeth Rosewood. They are both elders. They are very old. They're very, very fucking old. So, Callista also has two older siblings. Technically three older siblings, but two biological. So she has Elena and Tony, who are actual older siblings. And then she has Kyle, who is Tony's husband. So Elena is the middle child in between them. So it goes Tony, Elena, and then Callista. So Tony is married to his husband, Kyle. And they have two children together. They have Graham and Raven. And I'll actually whip up the family tree for this. So the family tree starts with Richard and Elizabeth Rosewood. And Richard and Elizabeth had three children. They had Tony, Elena, and then Callista. Tony went on and married Kyle Roth. So their last name is technically Roth. They're not Rosewoods by marriage. And they have two kids, Raven and Graham Roth. And then their middle child, who is Elena Rosewood. This is where the messiness comes into play. As you can tell, this family tree looks a little bit interesting. So Elena is a very business-focused, career-focused woman. She is at the top of her career. Well, she's technically one step down, but she had a fling with her boss to get to level 10 of the career. So she strategically slept with him to get promoted. And from that woohoo, from her banging him on his desk, that resulted in their child, Archibald Rosewood Black, because his last name is Black. His actual name is Ferdinand Black. And here is his family. He has a wife who does not know about Elena. He kind of paid Elena a little bit to kind of keep her hush hush and not say anything. But he has a wife, Jasmine Black, and they have three daughters, Hadley, Fiona, and Violet. They're all very good, sweet girls. So yeah, that is kind of the introductory to the actual family. And then we obviously have our heir and our founder, Callista. So, Callista, where are you at, Queen? Callista has some friends. She has Anastasia, who is creative, an art lover, childish, and neat. She's a really good sim. There's Brandy. I didn't realize their names are very similar. Brandy, Dawn, and Freya. So Dawn and Brady are actually in a relationship. They're boyfriend and girlfriend. But the rest of them don't actually have romantic partners. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be very, very interesting. Now, another reason why I actually made this video is, as you can tell, like, her relationship with her parents are not good. And her older sister, Elena, really just absolutely just does not fucking like her whatsoever. That is because this poor child here, was, how do I want to say this in a nice way possible? She was her parents' older in life accidental baby. And they didn't shy away from telling her and treating her as such. They made it known that she was unwanted and that she was an accident. And the only reason they decided to keep her was more or less because the doctor told her mother that they couldn't do a abortion because it was just too late. So that's the lore here. It's not fun. As a result of her family kind of not being the nicest to her, she, is a party girl. She is a little bit rebellious. Well, not even a little bit rebellious. She's straight up rebellious. And she wants to do everything in her power to piss her family off. We're not going to ask your dad for advice because that makes no sense canonically. But she wants to do everything in her power to absolutely piss her parents off. Like, she does not care what they think. She actually wants to do, as I said, she wants to do things that they wouldn't fucking approve of. Like, having a boyfriend in high school. Yeah, sure. She technically has a boyfriend. I just haven't made him yet. And you guys will see him in the technical first episode, next fucking video. Right? No, not next video. Next video will be Joy of Life. But you will see him in the in her 19th birthday episode. So she is very rebellious. She is also kind of up her own ass a little bit in the sense that she knows that she's better than her parents, and that kind of makes her think that she's better than everyone fucking else. But somehow she's got a lot of friends. So I think it's just kind of, typical teen mean girl. That's how she has her friends. Now, with her friends, we have Anastasia, Brandy, Dawn, Freya, and Brady. So as I said, Dawn and Brady are actually in a relationship. Now, the rest of the girls they're very different. Like, they're very, like, I don't even know how to describe them. They're all, like, the typical pretty popular girl, besides Dawn, who's kind of was pretty popular, and then she met Brady, and then she changed her vibe to go with Brady. But Callista, as I said, is not a nice girl. She just isn't. I don't know how else to tell you. So I'm hoping that she has some character arc development. I truly do. I just know how my game is, and I'm not the most optimistic when it comes to it. But she does have a really great relationship with her uncles. They're really the only people that are really nice to her besides her friends. Everyone else in her family are absolutely horrible people. But Tony and Kyle are kind of her only, like, friends in the family. And she obviously loves her niece and nephew, Raven and Graham. So I'm actually going to send her alone to school. I'm actually going to not make her go to school, because it kind of doesn't suit the purpose here. But she is just a high school C student. She's not doing great. She's not doing bad. I mean, her goal is just to get a boyfriend and go on dates. Like, she doesn't care about anything else. She does not care about school. She doesn't care about grades. She doesn't care about anything else. She just wants to have friends, be social, and do things that her very conservative parents do not like. I also want to point out this bit of lore that her parents do not support the fact that their son, Tony, is gay. Now, I am an ally. I wrote this specifically into the storyline to be dramatic. It's not meant to be good. It's meant to basically just be put in to show that her parents are horrible people. Like, they won't even accept their son for who he is. So that kind of just adds onto a layer onto their awfulness. And because, you know, Tony and Callista were kind of both ostracized by their family for being not the typical cookie cutter white suburban family Christian, you know, vibes. They were both ostracized in a way, and that's kind of what bonds them together. She definitely goes to Tony and Kyle a lot to kind of be like, oh, mom and dad did this, or they were, you know, cruel to me this day. So it's sad that that's what bonds them, but that is how their relationship dynamic works. So yeah, and Tony just, as you can see, Tony literally just texted her. So yeah. I am actually really looking forward to the first episode. This was just supposed to be like a introductory episode to kind of tell you guys like the lore on everything. But the next episode is actually going to be her birthday. So, and then once I record a couple of episodes, then I'm going to start recording Joy of Life, which I haven't even made the sim for. So pray for me for that one. But anyways, I know this is kind of a little bit of a shorter video, but I kind of want to give you guys like a little bit of the lore, a little bit of the background as to everything that is going on in the series. So that way, before the series starts, you kind of know like why things are happening the way that are. Like, why are her parents so rude to her? What, you know, like there's a reason for it. So I thought that this would be a good episode to kind of just talk about it instead of me explaining it in the first half of the episode. Of episode 1, just wasting majority of the episode. So if you guys liked today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. Also, go follow me over on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming a lot over there this summer. I'm going to probably, as far as my schedule works, knock on wood, everything goes well, I will be back to streaming June 6th. Now, hopefully everything works out well. I start my new job May 1st, so I should have my new computer by then. It'll hopefully, fingers crossed, as I said. So yeah, if I do have to postpone it, I will. But I'm hoping I don't, please. But yes, I love you all, and thank you all so much for watching this introductory episode. It's kind of, as I said, just introductory, introduce you to the characters. So with that being said, I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.